about what you love about the city of Indianapolis and why the city is such a great city for sporting events.
Well, first of all, let me welcome everyone to Indianapolis. We love seeing you all here, and I hope you're having a great time in the Circle City. We set this city up, and by we, I was a small cog in an effort that involved a lot of people to be a city that could host events. And so this is a good representation of it. From Bankers Life Arena, where the Pacers play, Georgia Street connects to the Convention Center, which connects to Lucas Oil with all the hotels right here. And it allows this sort of atmosphere where you can come to an event, see all your friends, really have a party, and enjoy being in downtown Indianapolis. And the city serves as a great host.
When we shift the focus back up to the University of Notre Dame, the school is coming off a year that arguably can be called the greatest overall year of success for the Notre Dame athletic department.
Yeah, I think it was. Incredibly proud of it. We finished number 1 in the Capital One Cup, which means we had the best overall men's program in the country. Number 3 in the Directors' Cup, measure of all sports. We had a national champion, of course, in men's soccer. We got to the final game in women's basketball and men's lacrosse. 23 of our 26 teams made it into the NCAA tournament. And most importantly, for the 7th year in a row, Notre Dame finished first in the country in graduation success rate. So just a huge year for the Irish.
When we take a look at this football team right now, I know a lot of people came up to me after the Michigan game last week and said, didn't see that coming. There seem to be a lot of people surprised with how well this football team is playing, but quite honestly, in what we affectionately call the Goog, the football office building, and a lot of parts of the athletic department, really isn't that much surprise that this team can play so well because the way it's been built over the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, and it practiced very well. All through camp, I was at virtually every practice, and then once we got back on campus, it's a team that practices very well, very efficiently, very hard, but it also has a great locker room vibe. This team likes each other. Austin Collinsworth said it last night during the pep rally. They like being around each other. They have fun together, and you really see it in the way they play. So while no one could have predicted that outcome, we knew that they were going to have a good night.
You're always very humble, and we can honestly say that the Shamrock Series, per se, was not your idea. You kind of inherited it, and you inherited it with some skepticism and logical skepticism. Why would you give up a home game every year? But I know now that you have been around it since you took this job, you are a big supporter of this event.
Yeah, I think it's really important. And, you know, it's if I was skeptical, it's relative to whether it benefits the football team or not. But as to the university, there's no question. The Shamrock Series is about taking Notre Dame to a city, not taking the Notre Dame football team to a city. So the 5K run this morning, the academic seminars, the Mass at 10 a.m. this morning, right here in St. John's, the social service project. It's all about bringing the university to a city. So we've been to New York, we've been to Chicago, Dallas, San Antonio, Washington, D.C. We'll be in Boston next year. So all of America's great cities we're going to, and I'm especially proud to be in this great city with this year.
Notre Dame, of course, a national institution, but from a recruiting perspective, we're drawing a lot of athletes from this city. And from that perspective, it is important to kind of bring Notre Dame down here to continue that success and can continue to familiarize anybody who might not be that familiar with what the Notre Dame experience is and expose them to that experience.
It is. It's important for all our teams. So every year our men play in the arena right down the street here as part of the Crossroads Classic. Our baseball team played at Grand Park earlier this year. So we love coming down here, but Indiana's been really good to us with regard to football players. We have 2 of our 4 captains this year. Sheldon Day and Nick Martin are from Indianapolis, and so it's a great city for us.
We live in an era where players, well, they love gear. They like to do something different. Nobody knows more than you or better than you the tsunami of comments you get whenever you try to change anything surrounding Notre Dame athletics. But this game does allow you, not to disregard the traditions, but just do things a little differently. And I know the players, whenever I talk to them, they embrace the difference of this game from an equipment standpoint, from an atmosphere standpoint. Very positive experience all around.
Oh, they love it. They love that we play in such iconic venues, Yankee Stadium or the great NFL venues we've been in. They love the uniform changes that they get to experience. Unveiling the uniforms to them annually is is great every year. So the players have great excitement about the Shamrock Series.
Jack, anybody who's down here this weekend has a little wonder why you have long called this city your home. What a great place it is for a sporting event. I know you're very busy. I'm going to let you get to your next obligation.
My pleasure. Go Irish.
All right, Jack Swarbrick, everybody, the Vice President and Director of Athletics at Notre Dame.